what if I told you that right now, in 2026, the average American is saving just 3.6 cents out of every single dollar they earn? 3.6 cents. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, the average Chinese worker is saving 45 cents out of every dollar. That is not a rounding error. That is not fake news. That is the real data, confirmed by the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis and the World Bank, published just this year. China saves 12 times more than America does. And today, I am going to show you exactly why that is happening, and the 4 secrets Chinese people use that most Americans will never learn. Because here is the truth, and it might sting a little. This has nothing to do with income. This has everything to do with mindset, habits, and strategy. Let's get into it. First, let us talk about where America actually stands in 2026. According to the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, the personal savings rate in December 2025 was 3.6%. That means for every $5,000 paycheck, the average American is saving just $180. But it gets worse. LendingTree just reported that total U.S. credit card debt has now hit $1.277 trillion. That is a new all-time record, the highest level since the Federal Reserve Bank of New York started tracking this data back in 1999. The average American carries $6,523 in credit card debt, and those balances are growing at interest rates averaging 20.97% per year. NerdWallet's 2026 study found that 49% of Americans, that is nearly half the country, now say that carrying credit card debt is just normal. That is the problem. Americans have normalized being broke, and while America drowns in $1.277 trillion of credit card debt, China has been quietly building wealth for decades using 4 simple secrets. Here they are. Secret number 1, they don't flex. They fly under the radar. In America, we have a culture of spending money we do not have, to buy things we do not need, to impress people we do not even like. The newest iPhone, the designer bag, a luxury car financed over 84 months. Chinese culture is the complete opposite. Displaying wealth is considered embarrassing. The goal is to appear humble, to fly under the radar, to not show off. While Americans are posting their purchases on Instagram, Chinese workers are silently stacking savings accounts. Think about this. Bankrate's 2026 credit card debt report found that 61% of Americans with card debt have now been in that debt for more than 1 year. They are not buying luxuries once and paying it off. They are paying for last year's lifestyle with this year's income, plus 21% interest. The Chinese secret here is simple. Before you buy anything over $50, ask yourself one question. Am I buying this for myself, or am I buying this for someone else's approval? That one question alone could save you hundreds of dollars every single month. Secret number 2, the 10-1 rule. This one will blow your mind. Many Chinese families, especially those who grew up with very little, follow what is called the 10-to-1 rule. For every $10 that comes in, they spend 1 and save 9. They aim for a 90% savings rate. Now I know what you are thinking. That is impossible in America with rent, food, car payments, and bills. And you are right, 90% is extreme. But here is the point. The goal changes your mindset. If you aim for 90% and land at 20%, you have just saved 5 times more than the average American. Most Americans do the exact opposite. They spend everything first and then save whatever is left over at the end of the month. And here is the dirty secret. There is never anything left over. The Chinese system is save first, spend what remains. Pay yourself before you pay anyone else. Starting this month, on the day you get your paycheck, move 20% into a separate savings account before you spend a single dollar on anything else. Secret number 3, they hate debt, like genuinely, deeply hate it. In China, borrowing money carries real social stigma. If you owe someone money, your reputation suffers. Debt is considered a personal failure, not a financial strategy. Now contrast that with America in 2026. According to the Motley Fool and Federal Reserve data, the average American household now carries $105,056 in total debt. That includes mortgages, car loans, student loans, and credit cards. But the most dangerous part is the credit card portion. NerdWallet calculated that if you make only the minimum required payment on the average credit card balance, you will pay $18,500 in interest charges before that balance is gone. $18,500 in interest on top of the money you already spent. That is not debt. That is a trap. Chinese consumers overwhelmingly prefer cash. No debt means no interest. No interest means every dollar stays in your pocket, building your future, not the bank's. In 2026, with credit card interest rates sitting at nearly 21%, carrying a balance is the single most expensive financial decision you can make. Secret number 4. Zero-based budgeting. Every single yuan has a job. This is the tactical weapon behind China's savings rate, and it is something most Americans have never even heard of. Zero-based budgeting means that before the month begins, you assign every single dollar of your income a specific purpose. Rent, assigned. Groceries, assigned. Savings, assigned. Emergency fund, assigned. Fun money, yes, even fun money gets its own budget line. The goal is that when you add up every category, the number left over is zero, not because you spent everything, but because every dollar already has a destination. Most Americans budget like this. Money comes in, bills get paid, and the rest just disappears. Sound familiar? Apps like YNAB, Monarch Money, and Quicken Simplify, which are all trending in 2026, are built on exactly this zero-based budgeting principle. Data shows that people who follow this system consistently save $200 to $400 more per month than those who do not track their spending at all. So here is your recap and your action plan for today. Secret 1. Stop buying for approval. Before every purchase over $50, ask, is this for me or for someone else's opinion? Secret 2. Flip the script. Save 20% of every paycheck on day 1 before anything else. Secret 3. Treat debt like poison. At 21% interest in 2026, credit card debt is the most expensive thing in your life. Kill it first. Secret 4. Give every dollar a name before the month starts. Download YNAB or Monarch Money and try zero-based budgeting for just 30 days. None of what I just told you requires a raise. It does not require luck. It does not require being born rich. It requires one decision made today, not tomorrow. If this video changed how you think about money, hit that subscribe button right now because next week I am covering Japan's 200-year-old budgeting system called Kakebyo, which studies show can save the average American up to $6,000 a year, and almost nobody in the United States has ever heard of it. See you in the next one.